Hi guys, Rachel with Spunky Misfit Girl here, and I am so pleased with how this project came out. I think it's absolutely stunning, and it's super easy. If you've made a coin envelope before, you can make this, no problem. If you're a total beginner, this is a good project to start with. Really beautiful and really pretty straightforward. So this is an imitation of a glassine bag, like the kind that, like bakeries would use. And it is made on vellum. So the first thing you're gonna need to do is print on vellum. And this paper that I used for this one is actually part of a new set that I'm working on as of time of filming. Hopefully by the time the video is out, I'll actually have it up in my Etsy shop. I've got another one that I've printed on vellum from that same pack. And then I've also got a couple from the old Rose Petal Shop papers, which have been in my shop for a while. Some of you might have them already. They print really nicely on vellum. So the way to print on the vellum, at least the way that works for me, is that I take a piece of mid-weight cardstock and use a little bit of glue stick on each of the four corners. And then I just line up the vellum on top of the cardstock. My printer prints on the bottom, so I turn it vellum side down and put it through my printer with both sheets of paper glued to each other. Comes out printed, and I just peel them apart right away. That glue stick isn't sticky enough to really present a problem. I did, however, with this one, get a little bit of smudgy from the printer roller, and that does happen sometimes with the vellum. So I am gonna cut that end off of this one, and that's okay. This will just be a slightly smaller bag. And we're not gonna measure anything, we're just gonna fold. So my papers, well, these two papers at least are, here, we'll just go ahead with this one first since it's a full-size sheet. And it'll be just like this other one. So I just cut off all my edges, and actually I see I have a little bit of extra white over here, so I'm gonna just get rid of that. So this is basically an 8.5 by 11. And so all I'm gonna do is fold. And with this, since it's just a repeating pattern, there's nothing, I don't have to decide anything. If your paper is different, like this one's gonna be a little different because it is vertical, and I'm not sure how I'm gonna wanna do that. You might have to think a little bit, but this one, since it's easy, I'm just gonna go ahead and just fold that guy over to make a seam. And then this guy is gonna come just over the top, and I don't really care if it's even or not. You can make it even if you want to, so that seam's in the middle. I think I am gonna put this guy on the top though. Well, actually, I like how the little guy looks on the top. Okay, so our bag, oh, the one thing that you are gonna need for this that I don't know how you would do if you didn't have is either pinking shears or some craft scissors. And the craft scissors might be a little more challenging than the pinking shears. And that's going to be for our top if we want that jagged edge look on the top. And I also did it on our flap here. Okay, so You could also, of course, do this project without that and it would still be beautiful. But that just adds a kind of nice little extra touch. Okay. So I want this. This is my front. So we are going to make our bottom edge. So all we're going to do is fold up here about 1/2 inch like we would if we were making a coin envelope. Okay. And we are going to take out our extra. Again, just like we would if we were making a coin envelope, we're gonna just cut that at an angle and kind of turn around and cut that at just a little angle. And that is the corner piece made by your folds, and we're gonna do the same thing over here. Just cut that piece off and turn fussy vellum. We're gonna turn and make that a angled tab as well. Okay, and then if you want to do your edge, I use the pinking shears for this. You know what? I got these ages ago. I don't even know when. I got them to use on projects like this and never use them. I've not used them once. Until now. And then this guy is gonna get a little ink because I do like that look of ink on vellum. Okay, we'll put it here. Here, those outer edges especially. I think that the ink gives it an extra special touch. Okay. I wonder how stamping would look on this. I'm kind of curious about that. That might be something we have to try. Now, actually, you have a decision to make here. So there are a couple ways that you can do the next part, and you may or may not want to glue it yet. So it depends on... So I did mine, my first one, where I only did this edge with the pinking shears, but you can do both if you want as well. And you could do that now and just cut the top edge before you, well, you could glue it and then just cut the top edge with your pinking shears. And then you would have both your top here and your edge here would be jagged like that. However, what I did was I actually folded it over, and that's the thing. So if you do it this way, you will have a crease, and it does kind of show a little bit on my top edge. I don't really mind that, and what I can do is probably try not to crease it too hard. Just kind of fold it like this, I guess. I probably have to cut. Okay, so let's see if I can do this with just the tiniest little crease. And then I open it up, and what I did was I cut these two vertical lines with my regular scissors. I cannot see where the end is. I think I'm just about there. Okay, and so then that allowed me to come in here. So this one in the middle is going to be the front, right? So what I was able to do is take this guy and I can fold him here. So this is going to be our front. Yeah, he's a little bit not perfectly straight there. Try to make that straight. And then I can come in and I can do this guy with the pinking shears, and that will get my smaller flap, or my front edge, my bottom front edge will have this pinking shears look, while my my top remains straight. Right? Makes sense? So that's how to do it that way if you like that look, okay? And that actually worked out a little bit better than my first one. Just giving it a little bit of a crease and not really folding it down. So now we're gonna glue this down. I'm gonna do just, I don't want to, yes I do. I want to go all the way to the top because I want that top part glued together too. So I'm gonna do a line there and a line here and try to be a little light-handed with the glue just because the vellum will show it. We'll glue our bottom flap. Get this guy down. And our bottom flap up. And then we're gonna ink up our edges really nicely. And on the first one, originally, I actually wasn't intending to do any decoration at all. I was just going to make the bag, and the bag is so pretty on its own, but then I felt like it was a little bit plain, and it could be very fun as a nice showpiece for a journal, right? Okay, and so with these, we do have to cut our edges still. We want our top guy to have angles. So I'm gonna just eyeball that and cut those two sides as well. And I think I'm gonna trim down that middle piece that's just a little bit over the top here. And that is our stunningly beautiful glassine bag. I just love printing on vellum and making things out of it. And so I did do a little collage on the front of this guy. So I brought some of the same kinds of bits and bobs with me to see about maybe doing something similar on this one. I really liked that guy with the blues, but I don't think that's gonna fit with this color scheme. I have this beautiful guy, which could be a good addition. But all sorts of labels and what have you. I love this guy. Maybe something like that. Maybe one of these bigger labels goes behind that. Something like this guy or this guy. Ooh, I like that. Yeah. And then maybe also one of these word guys. Okay, I'm loving that. I'm gonna cut this guy. He's got a little extra white that doesn't belong. And then this guy as well. Needs his edges done. So he was gonna go here. This guy more like this. So let's get those two on. That guy. This guy. Glue. Yeah. Loving it. Put that guy right there. Ooh, these are fun. Okay, and I'm gonna give this guy some ink and maybe a background, I think. I want something maybe like this around it. This guy's gonna go like here. Yeah, I think that might work. Let's do it. Gonna just put this little guy here. Let's go ahead and get this guy on there too. I am gonna give him a little bit of glue, even though he's a sticker. And then this guy can come off of here with his new background. Is that gonna be too much? It's gonna need ink for sure. I think we'll put him like this. And actually, let's maybe add a little bit of the twine like we did on the sample. So this little burst of hair here is just ripped up twine. Just take a little bit, pull it apart, and I just like that look. I actually, oh, I also brought muslin. Actually, let's try some muslin and see how we think of that first before we go that same route. I kind of think that for this one, I'm gonna prefer that. So let's just cut a little very random bit. Let's see if that's gonna be good. Yeah, I like that. Let's do that. I think I'm actually gonna put this guy on there first. Right in the middle of this. And then glue this on top. Okay. Oh, I love that. Oh, the muslin was the right idea for that one. Okay. And those are our glassine bags. Oh, isn't that so fun? This is just a really beautiful one. I really love this. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.